day 2 of the Highway of Heroes mural project here. Doing an amazing job.
Jesse, tell us a little bit about this painting going on behind you.
This painting going on behind me is a mural, sort of a memorial for the Highway of Heroes, because basically this is the end point. The last thing that'll be seen before the body of the soldier goes into the coroner's office. So we came up with this mural. Scott Mills helped us get this wall. He had the idea to do a mural for the Highway of Heroes for some time, and then we had to sit down and talk about it. And then we approached the property owner with our theme, and he was okay for it. So we got to go ahead to do this.
So tell us about the theme. What's that going to represent for you?
Represents a number of things. The main things that we're trying to represent or depict in this mural is respect for the families of the soldiers that have fallen. Because even though not everybody may agree with the war, a lot of people are agreeing that the violence needs to end. And a lot of soldiers over there, our soldiers are dying, are falling over there. So we want to show a sense of respect for the families of those that have fallen. As well as peace and hope. The main images in our mural is this bird. It's actually a dove. And the dove is a symbol for peace, so that's why we have it in there. It's also going to be painted as our national flag to represent Canada. Then you're going to see some soldiers at the end of this road, which is a representation of the highway itself. You're going to see soldiers as silhouettes doing a salute as a form of respect for those actual soldiers.
Okay. So what inspired you to undertake this all?
Well, we're a mural project out of Flemington Neighborhood Center. And our first wall kind of fell through. And then I was thinking of which avenues I could go to get new walls. And then when we had talked to Scott Mills, he had this great idea to do a mural here. And then I brought it to the team of artists here, and they were like all for it. So we just started collaborating and coming up with designs pretty soon after that.
How do you feel as someone who's originally from Afghanistan when you see this sort of connection here out on the streets of Toronto?
I think it's an amazing idea that these kids are taking their own time, coming here and building such an amazing mural. And I also think the theme's like just so good, since this is the end of where the soldiers from Afghanistan come here, and they are able to see this beautiful mural that will soon be finished, and it shows a lot of respect for them.
Okay. And how about, I guess, the soldiers being there? Does that mean something for you and your family?
It does. It really does, since we came from Afghanistan about 10 years ago, and we still have family there, and we hear what's going on, and we hear that they're still struggling. We know that they're just there to help with us, so we're just hoping for the best.
Constable Scott Mills. I'm a Toronto Police Service social media officer and legal graffiti art coordinator.
Okay. So, sir, can you just start off by telling us about this project we have going on behind you here?
What we've got is some youth from the Flemington Park area of Toronto who are working with an artist mentor, and they're painting a Highway of Heroes graffiti mural in the vein of respect for fallen soldiers and their families, and there's an appeal for peace.
So how did this whole project come about?
I work with several graffiti artists that are, I call them community builders, and they paint their graffiti art legally and with a community and peaceful theme. So I kind of had the idea at that time we should maybe try and get some of the graffiti artists to paint a mural on the back of the Coroner's building for the Highway of Heroes. And it was a long approval process to try and paint on an Ontario government building. So Jesse, who you see in the background here, his paint name is Fade. He's a friend of Bubbles, and he said he had City of Toronto funding for a mural project with 5 kids from Flemington Park, and that he wanted to get a wall. I told him about the idea I had. We walked over here looking for a wall that was close to the end of the Highway of Heroes, and this restaurant was right here. They were looking for a wall that needed some improvement because it had graffiti vandalism on it, and we said, this is perfect. This is the last thing that the families would see before the bodies were driven into the coroner's office for autopsy. And so we approached the property owner, and Jesse showed him his sketchbook, and we never even discussed the Highway of Heroes idea. And the property owner looked at the two of us and said, you know, this is the Highway of Heroes where it ends. wonder if you could paint something about the Highway of Heroes. And Jesse immediately looked at me and said, okay, it's all just clicking, Scott. So he went back to the kids in Flemington Park, told them about the idea, told his bosses about the idea. This was only about a week and a half ago, and they came up with the concept together as part of their summer employment as graffiti mural artists. And here we are. They got the consent of the property owner, and this is the second day of painting here.
Okay, it's the second day, eh? Wow. So now that you see these guys actually getting sort of paint to wall, how does that make you feel?
Oh, it's an amazing feeling because I come out to the Highway of Heroes whenever I can when they're coming in here, and I film their processions and put videos on YouTube and Facebook, and we do a Twitter parade, and I talk to a lot of the community members, the soldiers, serving soldiers and former soldiers who are here, and police officers, and it really chokes them up to see the commitment of these soldiers, and to have kids that never saw this happen before come down here to see it when Sapper Collier came in the other day, and them to say the same thing as what the other citizens that come all the time say, that they really feel it in their hearts and they feel that this mural can make a difference and advocate for peace, but at the same time give some comfort to the family members that have lost loved ones. That's a really good feeling. That's graffiti and community building coming together. People,
You know, there is often a stigma around graffiti. What kind of, sort of coupling do you think this is? Graffiti to honor fallen soldiers. It's pretty unique.
It's a pretty unique coupling. It's a pretty unique set of circumstances. It fits in perfectly to a concept that some community members and myself developed called Youth in Neighborhoods, a positive approach to graffiti management. And it involves giving youth opportunities to learn about their communities and do things with purpose and with process. And the payoff is what you're seeing here. You're seeing a better understanding of everybody's role in society, which is the goal. It's a great feeling.